Okay, hello again. We've had a few technical difficulties, but I think we're managing to start the live stream again. The police are on the scene. I think they're a bit confused. They don't quite know how to get us off under the bridge here. But we're good. We're having fun, aren't we, John? John's locked on and I'm ready to lock on at any moment when I need to. And this coal is disgusting stuff. The coal doesn't go all the way to the end of the carriage, so I can't get to the end. I nearly just fell over, sorry. I'll sit down and make this a bit more steady. I'll show you the graffiti again. It's the most colourful thing to look at around here. If anyone's thinking about coming and joining us, I think it would be a great idea. We've got to stand up for our future. We've got to demand the things that we're not, the things that are right, and the things that the government and the whole system is doing wrong. We've got to change everything, and we can do it. This whole system is wrong, and we have to resist it. And it makes you feel good, and it's fun. We can hear the police, but we can't really see them now. They're talking a lot. I don't know what they're saying. If you want to join in actions like this, have a look at the Blockade Australia website or Facebook page and make contact, and you can be a part of it. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for all the likes and shares. We really feel supported by all you people out there. You got something more to say, John?
No, only to reinforce what was said is that the only thing now and what's vital is for us all to stand up. We know there's been so many people so involved with climate action in a whole vast numbers of ways, and we know the frustration that we are getting nowhere, that the system of corporate capitalist captive state that we have is preventing us from making any progress. They obfuscate, they lie, they put in false technical hopes that they're saying the way we're going to still keep burning coal, but meet our 2050 net zero target. And this has been shown time and time again to be a complete fraud. It works on small scale, it's massively expensive, and there's no way that carbon CCS can be any kind of solution to the climate problems. That can only come for a rapid de-escalation of our use of fossil fuels, not as we're getting from this government and the corporations that have it captive, increasing use of fossil fuels, and the laughability of a coal seam gas-led recovery. So yeah, being involved, it's incredibly reinforcing, because otherwise we despair for very good reasons, and there's many ways of being involved, and people have, but we've come to the point now where we need to do actions that show that we are very serious in opposing this genocide and ecocide that's happening on our planet. when we know and we have perfect ways that we can transition to a much kinder and gentler world for planet and people. So yeah, just as Emma said, look up Blockade Australia, Facebook page, etc. And if there's any way in the future that you feel you can get involved, then yeah, give it serious thought. So yep, we're still, I think we're giving the police some problems as to how they're going to get us out, and not just this 10,000 tonne coal train isn't going anywhere for quite a while, and many behind it. And as was mentioned, this is actually the fourth action that's had similar results in 3 days. So yeah, and it's demonstrating that the opposition to this continued extractive destruction of the planet is growing and mounting, and is dead serious. So yeah, that's all I can add at this point in time. But yeah,
Well said.
thanks everybody again for the support, and yeah, we know that vast numbers of people share our views and our opinions. So thanks everybody for that.
That's right. Some people approaching. Oh, sorry about the dodgy filming. I think it's some railway workers coming to have a look. Just trying to lock on with one hand while filming with the other. It's a bit tricky. Let's show you a picture of the coal while I'm doing that. Aha! Okay. Hi again, all the people who are just joining. We're on top of a coal train under the Maitland Street Bridge in Newcastle. It's been stopped for, I'm not quite sure how long, maybe over an hour I think. This is the edge that we had to climb over. That was fun. This is our lock-on device, Blockade Australia. This is John. Thanks for all the likes and shares. Join in. Yep, keep Gomeroi coal in the ground, that's right. Keep all coal in the ground. Can't afford to burn any of it. And we don't need to. Indigenous people all over the world have been living in harmony with nature for thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of years. It is possible. Can you see anything happening?
I can't twist it around. No. There are people at the other side of the bridge. Yes, they'll approach us shortly.
Think about what's important in your life, and the only things that are important, as I said before, but so many people seem to forget about it, but the important things in life are clean air to breathe, clean water to drink, good food to eat, friends. We don't need a lot of money, we don't need power, we don't need coal. Australia's got the highest rate of mammal extinction in the world. That's a fun fact for us to think about. Yeah, since in the last 220 years, the rate that we've been destroying life on this continent is unbelievable. Like, we've changed the nature of the forests, we've been wiping out species, and now we're changing the climate, not just for Australia but for the entire world, by exporting all this coal. I've got nieces and nephews, and they are very worried about their future. They are the ones who are going to be very suffering in the future. We hear a lot of footsteps in the gravel around us, but we don't really have any idea what's happening. Anything to say?
Not a lot more than could say some more political stuff, but it's...
Where are you and what are you doing? I'll just repeat again. We're in Newcastle. We're under the Maitland Street Bridge on a massive coal train. We're stopping coal from getting to the port to be exported, because coal is destroying our climate, it's destroying the future, taking away the future for my nieces and nephews. Even I'm 52 and I will probably be alive to witness the collapse of the ecosystems if we don't make massive changes as soon as we can. John has something to say?
Yeah, it constantly occurs to me as an incredible absurdity that we know what we have to do. We are aware, and we have the technology, and the technology is cheaper. We can transfer that technology into regional communities and provide jobs for all those who work in coal and related industries. It's totally feasible and possible, and yet we are still approving new coal mines, new gas fields. We have a gas-led recovery after COVID. It's absurd beyond absurd, and many people in Australia see this. And the problem is our political system, both parties are captured by fossil fuel interests as well as other corporate interests. So without wanting to be too political, because but to illustrate this, the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff was the Deputy CEO of the Minerals Council of Australia. Deputy Prime Ministers past are now, for example, the Chairman of Whitehaven Coal. There's this incredible revolving chair that's part of the corrupt system. And that's the sort of thing that is ruling us, and that we have to be recognising and not allowing to continue. Fossil or coal mining in Australia, and I'm sorry, this might actually be general mining, has subsidies of around $3.6 billion a year. That's tax relief and others for exploration, and how mad that we are exploring, because we simply can't dig up or burn more coal, gas and petroleum. So that's what I know it infuriates a lot of people, and it really infuriates me. And we have to recognise the core is that corrupt system, which is allowing corporations to basically write government policy, and in effect be destroying our future. So this is a reality that many people are starting to recognise, and one way that we can effectively try to bring about change is by directly confronting that, by saying, no, you can approve what coal mines and gas fields you like, but we are going to do our best to stop it getting to the ports and being exported. So yeah, that's getting to the political nuts and bolts, but really that's the core of the frustration of many people. And rather than being frustrated, if we join together and carry out more and more activities like we've done today and other people, wonderful people have done in the last 2 days, that's one way that we can oppose that system and make more people aware of it, and try to generate the rapid change we need. So that's how I know so many people feel, how I feel, and the longer we're able to delay these coal trains, then the more impact we have on the only bottom line that these companies understand, which is money and profit. So many people I know are going to join us and continue this kind of action to express our total disgust and opposition to what's happening in the face of clear things we can do to avoid the destruction that we're creating on the planet. So yeah, that's to the core of how I feel about it and why I'm up here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hope to stay for a while.
Yep. Yeah, you said the rapid transition. That's really what a lot of people don't seem to get. It has to be immediate. We have to change everything as soon as we have to do it now. We can't be making promises for 2030 or 2050 which no one intends to keep. It's all greenwashing. They're changing the words slightly, and they're trying to make it sound like there's been a big turnaround, but there's no action, so it's meaningless. We need actual changes to almost every part of our society, our economic system, and our way of life. But we can do it. We've got to keep trying, keep resisting. Life is the most important thing, so we've got to do everything we can to protect it. There's nothing more important than life. Do you have something? to say?
Yeah, I was just thinking then that we here in this country, many of us are in a privileged position where we're not really seeing the impacts of climate change yet. We know about it. We have had the experience of heat waves and the massive fires of 2 years ago. But many people throughout the world have been feeling and are now increasingly feeling impacts of climate change on throughout many parts of the world. Agriculture and droughts leading to severe food shortages. We know Pacific Island people are facing the total loss of their culture and their society and their land through the already impacts of climate change, which are only going to be escalating. So, and many parts of the world, in slums that are experiencing cyclones and massive flooding. These are people who are already suffering and greatly from the impacts of climate change, which are only increasing at an escalating rate. As I say, it's easy for us, if we want to ignore it, and sometimes it seems our society is doing that. But these impacts will increase on us, and especially our children and grandchildren. They are the generations that will really start to suffer the massive impacts of accelerating climate change. So again, even though we can perhaps think it's not important at this point, we are reaching that point, as Emma said. As many scientists, climate scientists are saying, we are approaching, or we have already hit the points of feedbacks, of positive feedbacks that are going to hasten the rate of climate change and its impacts on our weather and on our ecosystems, and make life in many places becoming increasingly less habitable. So yeah, if these are, to many people, these are reasons that we have to get out and we have to oppose the kind of insanity that we're seeing in many nations, and in Australia as one of the worst. Climate denying and refusing to take action, the urgent, as Emma said, incredibly urgent now action that's needed. As I think the UN General Secretary said a week or so ago, we are digging our own grave if we continue doing what we're doing. We need to take those kind of realities very, very seriously. So, might be reinforcing that, but that's all we can do. So we have workers or police approaching us now, so we hope to be here for longer. But,
Yep. Why would we dig our own grave? That's just the height of stupidity. I can't see what's happening. What's happening? Are they coming up? We're not quite sure what's happening, but we might be finishing this very soon. Okay.
G'day, John, is it?
Yep.
Is it John?
G'day, John. My name is John.
How you going? Doing all right?
Yep.
All right. So we've got a ladder here from the rescue boys. Are you able to come down when we put the ladder up?
No.
You won't come down?
No.
Why won't you come down?
I think, yeah, we've explained reasons.
You have reasons?
We do have
You
reasons.
don't want to share them?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So you don't want to come down?
No.
We need the risk police to bring you down? that what you're saying?
No
They're
comment.
not coming down.
Oh, that's just told me. What's the lady's name? I didn't see her there. What's the lady's name?
My name's Emma.
Hi Emma, I'm Glenn. Are you able to come down, Emma?
No,
Okay, why can't you come down?
no comment.
No comment? Okay. So if we were to put a ladder up, you would fall down the ladder. We need the risk police to come up there and get you. Is that right, Emma?
You do your job and we're doing our job.
What do you get paid for your job?
No comment.
Okay, thank you. Wait a little while.
We can wait.
Be a little while. Okay.
They must have been watching the live stream, you know. Although they think they would know your name too.
Yeah, not really sure how they knew John's name, but they might be watching. Hi guys, if you're watching. Show you the. I can't zoom in because I've only got one hand, but there's more police over there.
Just give him a tip. There's a sheet in Theo's folder up at the entrance to the
I thought it would be risking police.
Can I just move this over a bit so I can see over the edge a bit? Are you comfortable like that?
Just move myself around a little.
Aha.
So Emma and John will just tell you what's going to happen. So the owners of the line are probably going to have a word to you. They're going to ask you to come down. And then my boss will have a spiel, probably ask you to come down as well. So that'll happen in the next little while. Okay? Just to let you know. Are you right for water and everything? You're not,
Yep.
you don't need anything?
Nope.
Okay. Obviously we don't want anyone to get hurt, only two of you guys. Okay?
Are you alright?
Yeah. Doing it. It's tempting to tell them they've done, but they're trying to find out.
Yep. Surprise. Sorry about the jiggly photo, I just had to rearrange my hand. Thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for the support. We're doing this for everyone, even them.
And everyone's kids.
And everyone's kids. Thank you.
So from now on, they can take the phone. Doesn't matter, does it?
Not
When they
really.
get up.
It would be good to keep it, but yeah. Somebody's recommending that we mute when strategizing. We're not really strategizing, just
Emma and John, have you both been vaccinated all?
Yep.
I'm double vaccinated.
Double vax, John and Emma?
Yep,
Double vax?
Yep.
You had a test in the last little while?
yep.
I had
When
one.
did you have a COVID test?
I had one last Wednesday.
Last
A week
Wednesday?
ago.
That's fine.
Friday.
All good, obviously?
Yep.
Yep. And Emma?
Last Friday.
Last
Friday.
Friday. Thank you. And all good, obviously?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think as soon as they start coming up, we're going to finish. So don't worry. Oh, they're what they are watching.
You on till 6, Elch? You on till 6?
I didn't know that. I whispered around here.
Hmm? Standing. Sorry, I don't understand that question. Day in the life of Blockade Australia. What do you reckon, John? Is it fun? Not fun.
It's serious.
Serious.
We have strong purpose, obviously. I'm sure nearly everyone who I know involved really doesn't want to do this, but we have to.
Yep.
That's all I can say. Is it's wonderful to feel that you're doing something at least. We don't really want to have to do it.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. I would rather be at home having a bath, but the good thing about it is feeling like we're doing something and disrupting this corrupt and wrong system. And if enough people join us, we can make changes. There's a cool change coming through. I think the rain might be about to start. Another look at all the coal stopped, not being exported, not being burnt for a little bit longer. All that carbon dioxide not being released into the air for a little bit longer. This train is on the way to Newcastle port. I think it's the fourth blockade of train line to Newcastle port in 3 days from Blockade, Australia. And I'm just falling down the coal pile. Oh, what's happening? Okay. Yeah, I've got very little battery left too, and I can't really reach my battery pack. Ooh, I heard we're getting the spiel soon. How's he gonna get up here? Let's have a look. Ooh, the other one's gone. think I'm saying goodbye. Say goodbye, John.
Thanks everyone for your support.
Yes, thank you everyone. Thanks for supporting. And we'll see you another time.